welcome to the New Yorker Cartoon Caption Contest podcast. I'm Paul Nesha. With me this week is Beth Lawler, Nicole Prolovicius, and joining us later will be Avi Steinberg, great cartoonist. We haven't had him on for a couple years, and we're happy to have him back. But meanwhile, let's jump into the contests. Contest 994, that was the guy loaded down with groceries. The winner was I put the eggs on top, second place. Didn't you come in here with a baby? And third, blink twice if you'd rather have me send your receipt via email. Uh, yeah, this is pretty much what I thought. So, any
Yeah,
any comments?
I'm not surprised. I feel like it could have gone either way with the first two.
Yeah,
They're probably extremely close in the voting, I would guess, but I'm good with this result.
Yep, same.
yeah,
A
I'm
rare point of agreement.
yeah. It's I think you're right. Is that the top two are fairly close, and the third one was a distant third.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I wish we could see the stats on that because I would love to know, the wide margins that would happen, with how close are a couple captions. I would love to know that.
Yeah,
Did they
me
ever
too.
release the stats in the history of the
When
contest?
they
Does
first
anyone
started,
know?
they did. Uh,
Oh, wow.
Bob Mankoff put out a book of the early
Hmm.
cartoon contests, and he has the stats showing how they placed, with the percentage of votes. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
That would
sure the
be
stats are
interesting.
there. It's the New Yorker. What are
Right.
you going to do?
I know.
yeah.
Here's a list of things I want to know. The stats on the winners, how they decide the order that they're listed in. What else
Hmm.
can we add to the list? How many people weigh in on the decision to pick
Yeah.
finalists?
Why
Well, if
aren't
we
my
could ever
captions
get
picked?
Colin to come on, the former
Oh, yeah.
assistant editor, maybe he will tell us. But
Colin Stokes. Yes.
yes.
We need his tell all.
Yes.
Well, it's been a few years. Maybe we can get him on now. I
Right.
think
We
the
should try.
whatever non-disclosure agreements he signed are, done with now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We should try. Let's try anyway. Stay tuned.
Okay. Yeah, this we're all in agreement on this. And the only thing that changed from the finalist positions were the last two switched places.
Mhm.
First was first.
And I do think the winner was a very worthy winner.
Yeah.
I put the eggs on top. Just a great common phrase that takes on a new meaning in the context of this drawing. I thought it was great.
Mhm.
But I also really like the second one too. I think I love a dark caption. So I
Yeah.
think you're right. They're probably really close. But I do think the winner was worthy.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yep. Oh, I hate it when we agree.
I know.
We're just
I had
boring.
So
last
We are
week
fun.
off.
boring.
That is just no fun at all.
I know. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Well, let's see if we have a difference of opinion on contest 996. That's the Lonnie Millsap cartoon with his great hot dogs. I love his hot dogs. He does he does great hot dogs.
They're funny.
And this is the hot dog walking the dog with two hot dogs in the back commenting on it. And the finalists for this one were it's not just his dog. His car looks like him too. If he were responsible, he'd carry some napkins. My apartment isn't big enough for a foot long. I have no strong opinions on these.
I like the second one the best. I think that's pretty funny.
That's the one I voted for as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
the second one, but
I,
I didn't have strong feelings as to really liking it or
mhm.
disliking the other ones. These are okay.
Yeah, they're all decent.
Can you guys explain the third one to me? Because I was trying to parse out exactly what I think it means. My apartment isn't big enough for a foot long. Because I was like, are they foot long? And the dog is like a
Well, that is my
foot
least favorite
maybe? Like,
one as well because it doesn't make sense. It's if these are human-sized hot dogs, what
Mhm.
does that even mean?
I wasn't sure. I was like, am I missing something
Mhm.
Well,
about
footlongs are the
foot
largest hot
longs?
dog you can get. Like,
Right.
and
Mhm.
so supposedly this dog they're walking is a foot long, and they're commenting that's too big of a dog for me to have.
He's so little. The dog
Yeah,
was walking
yeah,
is almost
it's
like a
yeah,
teeny version of a hot dog. Like it's like a cocktail weenie
right.
dog.
Mhm.
And a foot-long dog is actually a very small dog. That would fit easily into any house or apartment. So it's not one you can think about too hard. It's
Right.
kind of funny on the surface, but if you give it any thought, it's kind of like, this really doesn't make a lot of sense.
That's
Yeah, I mean, I
exactly what
think
happened
that
to me.
people that live in cities in New York City or whatever, they want apartment-sized dogs, so they'll say like my apartment isn't big enough for a golden or my
Yeah,
apartment isn't big enough for a whatever husky. They want like little apartment dogs. So I think that's the joke that was being
yeah,
gone
yeah,
after, but yeah, if you think about it too much, it doesn't make that much
yeah.
sense. With apologies to Greg Howe, who's in my Facebook group, and big congrats to him
Yes,
for
as
Yay.
always. Yeah,
making it to the podium.
yeah,
But if you think about that one too far, it
yeah.
falls apart.
As I said, it's funny on the surface, but
Mhm.
it's not one that has a lot of depth to it.
Mhm.
Uh,
I think too, because I prepped for this podcast, and that's where it fell apart for me. So maybe the the average voter doesn't do that. I think this is
Yeah.
part of the curse of what we do
yeah,
on the podcast, which is
Mhm.
I before I come on, I think, okay, do I like it or not? Sometimes my initial feeling falls apart when I try to explain what I like. It's almost like, well, you can't explain a joke. When you try to explain it, it falls apart. So
Yeah.
some
yeah,
captions just do that. And I do think this one was good when I read it, the first time I read it. And I think it's a good caption. I don't think it's a bad caption. It's more just that I'm trying to understand. It would almost be better if the people speaking were saying something about how his apartment wasn't big enough for a foot long because that
Mhm.
dog looks normal sized and is walking something that looks compared to them really small. I don't
Right.
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
But once again, it's like you can't think too hard about it one way or the other. And it's a world filled with things that are hot dogs. And that was my
Yeah.
problem with the first one as well. It's
Right.
like, well, all their cars are probably hot dog cars because this is a world where everything is a hot dog.
Mhm.
Although the buildings don't look like hot dogs, but maybe they are.
Okay, that's just wrong there. I
Yeah.
cut my
I once saw the Wienermobile in real life. Did anybody
Yeah.
ever see it in real
yes.
life
I'm
or
from
just
Madison. That's
yeah,
where they're from.
yeah.
I see them all
Oh,
the time
okay.
around
All
here.
right. Yeah.
It's a
It
common
was
sight.
it was a novelty uh sighting here by me. But
Yeah, yeah. For the rest of the
Well,
country,
this
it's like the Wienermobile.
yeah. Yeah, it was kind of cool.
well then I'd love to know then from the perspective of the two of you, from somebody who sees wiener dogs and is like, oh, I see them all the time, to somebody who sees them only maybe once in their lifetime. How does that first caption hit you? It's not just his dog, his car looks like him too. Is it better or worse if you're really familiar with the wiener
I'm on the
dog
other side
car?
of that, Nicole. I'm just, it's like it's not a big deal for me. So it's kind of like, meh, okay, it's a Wienermobile. There's somebody driving. If there's a hamburger, then it's like, whoa, there's somebody driving a hamburger.
You're desensitized.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not thrilled with the first one. I'm not thrilled. I think it's okay. It's good.
Yeah.
It's all right. I don't know. I'm gonna vote for the second one because I think that, being responsible and carrying napkins to
Yeah.
clean up after the dog is funny. I think that's the best one.
Yeah.
And go Toronto.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Just noticed that.
Oh, funny Canadians.
Well, they're getting in
I'll
there.
take all the credit.
I've seen t Toronto get in there a lot lately. What's going on
My,
there?
oh, just hilarious people live there. That's why.
Just happy to be in Canada.
This I wanted to point out, though, of course, that this is a poop joke. We've had
Yes.
many conversations
Mhm.
about these kinds of jokes in the past.
Yeah.
It is funny. It's better than all the people that went after, I think, the other kinds of jokes involving condiments, like
Mhm.
mustard and relish, which
Yeah.
I recall seeing a little bit of in crowdsourcing, which feels like a long time ago now. This is adjacent, which is
Yeah.
better. I think sometimes it is better when you're
Yeah.
going after a joke like that to hint at it
Yeah.
Yeah.
rather than to
Hint at it
say it
subtly.
overtly.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's a
Yep.
subtle poop joke. So yeah.
Yes.
it is.
Yes. Like the one, get the car.
Yeah.
Like that one was a poop joke years ago, years and years ago. And and it was funny because it didn't actually overtly say it.
Yes.
It just kind of you understood what it meant, but they didn't have to actually say it. So I like that.
Yeah, it works for me. That is my favorite one, and it works well with the image.
Hmm. All right, shall we move on?
Yeah, let's go on to the current one. Contest 998. We're almost up to 1,000 here. It's Liza Donnelly's woman out kayaking with a cat also kayaking next to her. Uh, I may have been a tough time with this one. I
Yeah,
like the cartoon, but I don't know. It's just I'm coming up with a lot of obvious water, cats knocking over
cats hate
water
water.
ones.
Hmm. Um,
Anybody submit?
No.
no, I only came up with one idea so far, and it's not even worth submitting. So my one and only idea so far is you're so competitive because cats are,
Oh,
you know, meh,
yeah, they
Yeah.
snooty and
couldn't care less.
whatever.
Yeah,
So he's ahead of her in the lake,
Yeah.
and it just seems like he might be being competitive with her, but it's not
yeah.
worth
It's
submitting.
it's it's not a laugh out loud caption.
No,
It's just an
uh-uh.
observation kind of thing.
Not even remotely close.
Yeah,
So, but I'm having a really hard time with this one too.
yeah,
Same.
yeah. I came up with four of them here that I didn't like any of them, but it's like I have to come up with something for the podcast. You have to.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get lucky, but this time, uh, I love that you're an outdoor cat.
I think that's going to
Yep.
be popular outdoor cat.
Yep.
Outdoor, indoor is going to
Hmm.
be, the go-to
Hmm.
caption for this one.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was the original, in some ways.
Hmm.
Yeah, hard to say on this. I mean, there's a couple different directions to go in, but yeah, that's the most obvious one.
Yeah.
Uh, and I wanted to do a takeoff on the popular dog paddle.
Yeah. Dog
Mhm.
paddle was
Nice.
another.
Yeah.
With that, I'm just trying to work it in, and I can't figure out how to work in cat.
Yeah. I know. I
I
was
know. I
thinking
had
about dog
doggy
paddle
paddle.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah. I had the dog can only doggy paddle or
Hmm.
something stupid.
yeah. Nothing works really well for it.
Hmm.
Uh, an obvious. Most cats hate water.
Hmm.
Not
Hmm.
funny, just an observation.
Hmm.
Uh, this is what happens when you knock over too many glasses of water. Very explainy.
Yeah. The why they're
Yeah,
in the water.
explainy,
Yeah.
but I don't know if that works.
No, I was trying to come up with something. It's more knocking over the water than global warming or something, trying to tie in global warming
Yeah,
because there's nothing but water around them.
right.
So yeah, nothing really,
It's
you know,
it's a
Yeah.
tough one.
Listen, I'm finding this one really hard too. It's like
Hmm.
a puzzle I want to solve. I'm like, was it just the kind of, wow, you're really an outdoor cat? Or is there some kind of story? Like my first thought was, something like, I'm so glad you killed my husband. Like, because now she's gonna kayak with the cat instead of her
well,
husband
I
who
like that
refused to go
direction
with
though.
her.
I like
I
that
don't know.
direction.
Yeah, but it's so stupid. Like, when does a cat kill somebody, really? I think it would
Well,
be
I
If
was
they
trying
were
to
big
come.
enough,
to.
they would. If they were big enough,
They
they
would.
would.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
definitely. That's on top of their mind at all times.
Yes.
Going, if I were bigger,
Yeah. I know. That was my thought. My other ones are kind of long and like you say, Paul, kind of explainy. I had one which is it's win-win. I get a companion and it's tuna season. But I don't even think
oh,
tuna would be in that water necessarily.
yeah, that's just it's yeah, explaining a bit of a reach. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, not good. Another one, tell me if there's anything in this. Curiosity won't kill you. It's the lack of a life jacket.
I like that one.
That's good.
I do like that one.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah,
Bringing in one of the idioms, because I went through, I
yeah,
have a
Mhm.
list on my phone. I'm sure if Vin was here, he would be so mad that there's a cat caption in the contest. We
yes,
should
you're right.
Yeah.
say, if it's not a dog caption we hate the most, then it will be the cat captions. And
Hmm.
I have this list in my notes app, which is all the idioms and common things about cats. And
Hmm.
anytime there's a cat cartoon that I have to caption, I open up this note and I scroll through the list to see if anything
Yeah.
relates to the disparate thing. And so I was
Uh,
like, oh, curiosity killed the cat. Okay, well, what else could kill the cat? Like that's how it
right,
came about.
Yeah.
But of course, those phrases are so overdone.
Yeah.
That's the
right.
only thing I don't like about it. But anyway,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could do more cats die from drowning every year than curiosity.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
A
That
little
works
too
too.
long and stumbly, but
Yeah.
yeah, 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 totally.
But yeah, it's the cat idioms that
mhm.
and the thing is that the last time I won or was a finalist was a Liza Donnelly cartoon with dogs. So it's like, okay, challenge here.
Yeah.
One with cats now with her. So it's like,
Right.
gotta come up with something. And it's been over a year, so it's like I'm jonesing for a finalist position
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
This is made for you, Paul. This is
Yes.
your chance.
No pressure, no pressure.
No pressure. Well, let's think. Cats hate water. They hate activity. They hate socializing. What the heck is that cat doing there with his little cat
Right.
hat that's like with his ears cut through like he's a
It's
pro
cute. It's very
kayaker?
cute. He's done this before.
Like, did you have to wear the visor? I guess it's not
Yeah.
really a visor. Did you have to wear the
It's a
You have
sun
to wear
hat. It's a sun hat. Your ears are going to get burned.
yeah,
visor?
the sunscreen on
Just a
those
little
ears.
detail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you put yeah, sun
That
oh,
cat looks like a pro, though. It's
yeah.
exactly the
He's
opposite, though, of the kind of thing you'd expect a cat to be
yes.
doing in its leisure time. Like,
Right.
and that
Right.
seems to be the funny part of it. Like, it is funny
Right.
in a
In
way.
water, active in water. So there's something there. It's
Active in
exactly what a
water.
Yeah.
cat would not do.
Exactly. Shouldn't it be napping at this point? What's going on?
Yeah.
I also was thinking about claws because I feel like in the past I've submitted captions involving cat claws. There was a cartoon a long, long time ago, a PCV of
Mm,
people in a
yeah.
pool throwing a
Yeah.
beach
Yeah.
ball, and there was a cat sitting on top of the beach ball, and I think I
Yeah.
submitted something about the cat being declawed. So then I
Right.
thought, oh, maybe there's an angle with because some kayaks are might be inflated. I'm making this up. I'm gonna sound like I know what I'm talking about. Kayaks could be made of many different materials, one of which is an inflatable. And as I'm talking, I'm like, that's such crap. Like they're probably not.
I don't think there are any
I think
inflatable.
they're
I
no.
think there are actually inflatable kayaks, but
Well, maybe if you're 2 years old.
Oh
yeah,
my
that
God.
might be it.
So anywho,
Or,
forget I said anything.
yeah.
Okay. Uh, anything else on this?
My husband and I were having a conversation a couple weeks ago about when birds get swept out to in the air, when birds get swept out to the middle of the ocean,
Hmm.
like what do? They have to keep flying and flying
Yeah.
and flying. They can't stop until they like sometimes find a boat to land on to rest. So
Huh.
maybe there's an idea where a, a bird, a canary,
Yes.
would land on the boat in the
Oh,
middle of wherever they are, you know.
Yeah.
just a
But
totally inappropriate bird out there, like a robin or something.
Yeah.
did you did you have to swallow that canary? He was just trying to rest.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that angle.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a whole conversation about that
Yeah, I like
topic
that.
because that's crazy when you think about it, when a poor
It
little
is.
bird gets swept out to the ocean.
Oh no, and birds migrating all
Yeah.
these huge distances is something
Hmm.
else.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Good luck with it.
Yeah, we're screwed
I know. I
basically.
kind
We're
of
all
can't wait
screwed.
to see the crowdsourcing next week because
Yeah.
Yeah.
it'll be amazing to see what people come up with because I'm at a loss. I
No,
really am.
Mhm.
I think people are just going to give up and go with a outdoor indoor joke.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, move on to the current issue, cartoons.
Yes, I have one. I actually have one prepared.
Okay, we'll let you go first.
And it's not going to be what you think I would pick.
Well, I don't think you'd pick the one that I thought you would have picked because I really didn't understand that one.
I know exactly what you're talking about. This is
Yep,
how well we know each other.
he's speaking codes
Okay.
now.
Exactly.
Okay, so my favorite one is the Mick Stevens, the dog
Yes.
talking to the cat.
Yeah.
And he says that he's saying to the cat, there's no such thing as a man's second best friend.
Yeah.
It's
Poor
like
cat.
I am better than you.
Yes. Just
By
does not
far.
exist.
I like that. It's a good one.
I agree. That's great.
And because I don't think any of us are going to pick the one that we were talking about earlier, can I just say it's the Ed Steed
Uh-huh.
cartoon?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I
Yep.
I really don't understand that. I think I might, but I it's like I'm looking at that going, okay, I'm not getting this.
Well, I
Well,
guess the idea is that he was trying to drag him through and he and he bumped his head
I don't
on the
think that's it. I think that the sign is a policy or law or something that he did not mind his head, and now he's being arrested for not minding his head.
Yeah, he's not following the
Oh,
rule,
He's
the
not
law.
following
I
the
thought it was
Yeah.
rules.
more like
That
police brutality.
Yeah.
Like mind your head and the
but that doesn't,
police.
that's just cruel. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah,
police brutality. I think he's in trouble because he didn't mind his head when the sign said mind his head.
yeah,
right.
mind
Like
your
it's a
head.
rule.
And
Hmm.
it's yeah, it's kind of like
Good
a
point
stop
though.
sign or something where if you run a
Yeah,
stop sign, you're gonna get arrested or get a ticket.
right. Right.
He didn't mind his head, so he's getting arrested
Right.
or getting a ticket.
Right.
My
I
favorite don't read cartoon is the PCV with people swimming in front of the sign that says no swimming and the couple talking to the man saying people don't read anymore. That's the best one.
Oh, good.
So good.
yeah,
I think you're right. It doesn't make a
yeah,
lot of sense.
I think so, but it's like it still doesn't make it funny for me. It's just it's one of these ones that just he went too far out there
Mhm.
with
Mhm.
I he had an idea and it's like okay he did it, he submitted it, the New Yorker picked it,
Yeah.
and it's I love Ed Steve, but not that one. Sorry,
Yeah.
Ed.
I love
Maybe
Ed
they,
Steed. So
yeah.
anything Ed Steed with a little pop of red blood in it
Yeah.
is fine with me. I love it.
Yeah.
I would think so too, but that one just it's like I had to think about it. And it's like I think I get it, but I'm not sure. It's kind of like oh I don't know.
So which one is your favorite?
Uh, I like the Tim Hamilton one. I always like a good Grim Reaper cartoon.
Hmm.
And
That
this
one's
is a
great.
Grim Reaper at the bottom of a tall ladder with a man on top of it, and the Grim Reaper saying, "Should I come up or do you want to come down?"
Yeah, that's great.
And so
It's
it's just
funny.
kind of like, okay, what's going to happen next year? I think he's going to come down, but not the way he
Yeah.
thought he was going to come down.
That one is
Yeah.
great.
It's
Really
great.
great.
I love that. For all those people who go up on ladders, like, be
Oh,
careful. Be
no.
careful.
How about
And
you, Nicole?
I'm gonna pick the Sam Gross,
Oh,
a
that was
good
my second one.
classic,
Yeah.
yeah, classic caveman trope. It's a cave woman with a whole bunch of children, and she's saying to the caveman who's leaving, "Kill something that can be eaten raw. The fire has gone out."
That's great.
It's
Oh
very funny.
man.
She just looks hilarious. She's got like her hair with a bone in
Yep.
it, like the
Classic.
Flintstones. And
That's
little
great.
babies and kids in their like pelts. Hilarious.
Excellent.
Oh,
Hello.
that was great timing. We were just actually finishing up here. We were talking about the cartoons from the current issue, Avi.
Okay, amazing, amazing. I have it here somewhere. I gotta.
So
We are recording, by the way.
yeah, so that was perfect timing because Nicole just gave her last uh, favorite cartoon from the issue, and that was the Sam Gross cartoon of the cave people. So I don't know if you've seen any of these cartoons yet.
Yeah, yeah. I went through it once. I had a chance to go through it. I was happy to see a Sam Gross in there.
Yes.
Mhm.
Welcome to the podcast, Avi.
Thank you so much for having me back. It's great to be here.
And I apologize for what it took me to get you here.
Thank you for being flexible, and I'm so happy I'm not the only one that has, let's say, scheduling snafus.
Well, for
Oh,
you
we've
being
had our share,
flex,
believe me.
Yes.
I'm just happy you were flexible because I was trying to figure out this. We had the skip week last week for the New Yorker,
Yeah,
and we don't find that out until like a week or two beforehand. So I'm trying to do scheduling here, trying to work it with who can I get on here, kind of maybe have some flexibility for getting on, if it's a skip week, moving you over. And so I did move you over once. And through all this, I neglected to tell you the exact time that we're going to be recording this. So I get a message from you this morning going, so noon, right?
For some reason, I picked noon. Maybe it's the same reason when I walk out of a store, I always turn right, no matter what direction I'm supposed to go in. So it's always noon.
Yeah.
We
It's
we
always
may
noon
have
somewhere.
done it. We may have done it with you at noon the last time.
I'm going to blame that.
We
Yes,
we may
yes.
have, because I have a memory of sitting on my back porch. It was a long time ago, and
Yeah.
during the daytime and talking with you. That's what's in my head. And I wouldn't be sitting on my back porch at night. So uh, maybe that you had some kind of scheduling thing last time and we did it at noon. Maybe that's why.
This is just good fuel for another cartoon. If you see a timing
Yes.
cartoon coming up soon or in 4 years, who knows?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that idea.
Yeah.
Anytime. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so the last time we had you on was, I think, 2.5 years ago. It's been a while.
Has it been that long?
I think it's been that long. I looked back and it was like episode 130 something. So
Wow.
that's 2.5 years ago. And I actually listened to a little bit of the episode, and we did it during the winter, so that would make sense.
Oh,
2.5 years ago.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
then I wouldn't be sitting on my porch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking then. So, oh well, I tried. I tried.
So since we just finished up our segment with the caption contest, let's dive back into that with talking about the one that you had in it recently, the pigs at a restaurant with a trough in front of them. Uh, did you look at the finalist captions at all?
Um, I looked at the finalists. Let me see if I have the issue. It's just a matter of finding it. But yeah, I like them. One was similar in a way to my original caption.
Okay. Well, I've got them in front of
Um,
me, so I'll just go through them.
Great.
Of course, you'll have what I'm having, Pam. It's a trough. Uh, so that's what went to market means. And whatever we don't finish, we'll just roll around in it. Which one did you like or was similar to what you had?
The first one about sharing, I think, was the most similar to my caption. It wasn't a great caption. I feel like I could have worded it better. The wording in the caption contest is there's more to it, but my caption was something like, "Are we sharing?" or "I guess we're sharing."
Yeah.
Kind of that
That's
like
great.
very short, "Are we sharing?"
Yeah.
And it was okay. Sometimes you draw a picture and you write the caption, and
Yeah.
you're like, at the time you're doing so many cartoons, you're like, "I guess this works. We'll see what happens." I was really happy with the picture, though. I thought the pigs were adorable. I was very proud of the illustration.
Yes.
It was great.
And I was thrilled for them to choose this one to be the caption contest.
Yeah, I love all the looks on the pigs' faces as they're looking at the menu because that can go in a couple different directions, as they're unsure of what they're ordering or they're concerned about what they're seeing on the menu.
Right.
And we talked about too captioning this. We had this discussion about how a really good caption has to address the trough. We had this conversation about it because sometimes we have the caption contest where it's hard to address all the elements. So do
Right.
you need to address it all? But this one seemed to demand the trough.
I think I agree if I was looking at it just if I had not drawn it and just looking at that illustration because pigs could have been sitting around the table. And then the joke could have been something else about ordering or about not ordering the bacon or about whatever it is. But because the trough was there, and it was part of my original caption idea, they're going to be sharing because it's pigs at a restaurant. Of course, if pigs go to a restaurant, they must be sitting around the trough. But I think it had to, in my worldview, had to be about that, I would say. So
When you come up with this idea, Avi, when you're getting your ideas for cartoons, does this come up to you as like pigs at a trough instead of a table? I got to jot that down somewhere so that I can work on it. Or how does this idea come to fruition?
it's a good question. I'm trying to remember for this cartoon specifically, but in general, I'll kind of latch on to an idea and I might just be thinking, okay, what if pigs go to a restaurant? Like what if, right? I start a lot of like, what if, and then what can happen and what's funny about that. So I think I started with the idea of pigs at a restaurant. And I say to myself, how can I make that funny? And I'm like, what if they're not at a table? They're at a trough, because wouldn't that make sense? If that's how pigs eat. So I'll have that illustration. I'll have that kind of sketch in my notebook. And then sometimes I'll have the caption as I'm brainstorming, or sometimes I'm not quite sure of the caption, but I know that can be something. I think for this one, I drew it out first as an actual rough draft for my batch. And as I'm drawing and working on things, I'll kind of figure out the caption as I go. Because I knew it was going to be something probably about sharing, unless I had another idea by the time I was ready to submit. So I definitely had the idea of pigs at a trough at a restaurant, and what can I do with that? It was almost like my own little caption contest. Like I know that's a good illustration, so how am I going to caption that? Maybe in the back of my mind, I had probably they're going to talk about sharing or all eating the same thing. And then when I was trying to word the actual caption later, I'm like, how do I make it succinct, and like just right? Like it could have been captioned any other way. In this case, it could have been because they said the caption, not the best. We'll take the illustration. So I think that was the order. Sometimes I have an idea and the caption kind of comes to me, and this is the joke. And I still might work on the wording, but for this one, I was almost like playing around with it as I was going until the very end.
Is that usually how you do it? You usually draw first, or you usually come up with
it? Really, it depends. In any given batch, let's say, in any given batch, I think a couple ideas. I usually try to brainstorm a whole bunch of things at once, and then I'll do the rough draft drawing. Like this, my favorite part of the process is going to a cafe Sunday morning with like a latte or two or three and just brainstorming. That's like the fun game playing part of it. Actually drawing, it's great, but it's more of like the work, I would say. So half my batch or a third of my batches, I have the illustration concept. I have the caption, like I know what I want to write, and then just a matter of doing it. A third of my batch is I've got the idea, but I have to figure out the caption. I'll figure that as I go, or I'm not sure of the caption, but I'm just going to draw it because I got to get started. And I've been doing a bunch of resubmitting old cartoons, one or two a batch, and I kind of play with it the same way, where I'm like, that caption wasn't good clearly, but I think it could work, so I'll just reword it. Or sometimes I'm like, I'm going to throw in a different caption there. It's people looking up at the stars or something that I can go a bunch of different ways, and I'll just have a whole new joke.
Right.
And they've bought, I don't know if bought into a word. They've bought those. Again, I'm not the editor. I just write the caption. They bought those, I would say, as much as a new cartoon in the past 6 months.
Wow.
And in their defense, or in my defense, it is funnier the second time around. So I always make sure to draw a couple new ones in every batch for sure, or a majority new ones, so that I have stuff to work with next time too. I got to give myself stuff for a year from now that I can look back on and say, okay, can I mine that again? Is the illustration good? Is there something funny there? And obviously, I sell like 0.01% of everything, but it's good to have that backlog of things that have potential. And 8 out of 10 cartoons a batch don't, but there's always that one or two that I get to kind of redo. So
I think that's a great
to answer your question, I'm doing a whole bunch of different stuff in one batch. And sometimes as I'm doing the final batch, I just draw one quick cartoon and have one last idea to get the number right, and then that one sells. So you never know, but you can't just say, oh, that works, so I wasted my time drawing all the other ones. You have to start at the beginning and work through your process, and then the magic happens, I would say, through the hard work.
Yeah. It's such a good tip too, because you're not the only cartoonist who's talked about resubmits and how just tweaking something either in an image or a caption can really make it sing. And we've heard, and lots of cartoonists, I think it's a great tip for cartoonists who are submitting over and over and think, that didn't work. Well, I gotta throw them all out and start all over again. Right. There might be, like you've mentioned, there could be those gems in there that were just off for whatever reason, like it could even be for no good reason. For no good reason at all.
They get 1,000 cartoons a week plus, I think, from amazing, talented, like the best cartoonists out there. So there's a million reasons they won't grab one of yours, and it's not necessarily because it's not just about there or there.
Right.
And also, like, you draw a bunch every week, and your editing process is what it is, and you can edit as much as you can in that kind of flurry of getting things done. But sometimes it's hard to edit yourself. So when you look back 6 months later, or 2 months later, you can see things you didn't see while you're trying to put it all together. I think writers will put things away sometimes too. I love to write more than a caption one day. That's my dream, to write a short story. It's never happened yet. But you'll look back at something a day later, a week later. Sometimes I'm doing a Substack post, I'll type on my computer and even just edit on my phone, just seeing it a different way helps you. So getting that distance, I think, is sometimes important, and you can't always get that in one batch. You just gotta know that ideas are great, even if they don't get bought.
Right.
And believe in yourself and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And be okay with rejection.
Be okay with rejection, yes. What I love particularly about this pig at the restaurant cartoon is the human waiter. Like
Yeah.
you nailed that human waiter. His whole like his whole stance and the way he's his body language is like perfect. It's amazing.
That means a lot. Thank you.
I
Body
love it.
language is something I feel like I've worked on over time. It didn't come
Uh,
easy necessarily. And you
yeah.
study different cartoonists and how they draw people and what you can express. So it's something I've been working on, I would
Yeah.
say. So I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. It's fantastic. It's so good. And
Yeah,
I
we were
love just the expressions on the pigs too are like they're so cute. They're so cute. They're
yeah.
great.
And we were
Love
just
that
talking
cartoon.
about Alani Millsap cartoon with his hot dogs. And so when I'm coming up with the caption, I try to get into the world of hot dogs and try to come up with something that makes sense in that world. So for your cartoon, I'm trying to come up with something that makes sense for pigs at a trough in a restaurant with a human waiter. Is this a normal thing that happens in your world? How am I going to get this caption to work in this situation?
Right, right. And I guess that's interesting. For some reason, I didn't think about it, but I'm like, the waiter is going to be a human. It's not going to be a pig.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
that
think
changes.
it just made more sense. They're not in the because they're not in the pig world. Whatever
Right.
they're going to be saying is it's not going to be shocking, but it's going to be abrupt. It's going to be like not in that normal situation. So putting them
Mhm.
in a human world, that's actually a good point. It's a lot to think about now. I'm
Yeah.
digesting it, no pun intended, as we're talking. But right, everything in a cartoon, there's a decision. I've learned the
Right.
hard way. Every single drawing and expression and how, and if you have a background, you don't have a background. I went back and forth on should there be a background here or not, like the restaurant in the back. Am I being lazy by not putting backgrounds in, or should it
Mhm.
just stand for what it is? I'm always overthinking, as you. I'm not the only cartoonist, and I'm sure people here overthink too. But
Yeah.
everything's a decision, and
Yeah.
sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
I found it. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's great. And I love that they were not in a pig world. I
Mhm.
love
Yeah.
that they were in the human world, sitting at a pig table in the
But it
Yeah.
human
was
world.
normal for them to be there because they
Yeah,
have a
Yeah.
trough for pigs. So
right,
it's a world in
right.
Of
which there's
course.
humans, but
Yeah,
They're
also
at the
pigs
pig.
show up
Yeah.
at restaurants
that's
quite often.
yeah,
that's a really good point. Like there's high chairs for babies, there are trots for
Yeah.
pigs.
yeah,
Yeah.
Of course there are. And
Let
I
us
We're
bring
and
the
almost at a
trough
new
out.
children's book idea here. I like
yeah.
it.
exactly. I was thinking that those pigs could be a children's book. They
The
could
three
be
pigs.
So
Love
characters
it. Yeah.
cute.
in a children's book. They're great.
This is great. I'm so happy I'm here. You're giving me a lot of ideas right now. I
Also
submitted
the also
another
the
pig cartoon, but a very cute pig. They did not buy this one, but I was sketching a pig again. I'm like, these are so adorable, these pigs.
They are. They're
So
so
I'm gonna try to bring them
genuinely
back if I can. Maybe I'll be the
make
pig
them
guy.
make them recurrent characters. They're great.
I'm gonna
yeah.
try.
I submitted a caption for that. Of course, I didn't make it to the finals because it was not a great caption, but it was along the lines of them being in the pig world. And it was just the pig saying, I just remembered I can't read because he's got a menu and they all look worried, and I just love the fact that they're in this human world. So anyway, I just think it's great.
I
I
also
like
like
that.
that the waiter is so fancy because that's such a
Mhm.
good contrast with the pigs at the trough. It's not just like it's not a hipster waiter who's coming around for the craft beer order. He's like
Yeah,
the fancy guy. He's
yeah,
like he's the fancy waiter with his fancy posture.
yes.
They don't go out all the time. When the pigs do go out, they really want
Right.
to treat themselves
Yeah.
right, and they go somewhere nice.
Yep.
I That's also a really good point.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
It
just
goes
think and you
somewhere.
make these decisions and there's not a reason why, but it just like I juxtapose as much as possible, right?
Yeah.
The two ends together. So that's a really good, you're teaching me a lot about me right now. And I'm so happy I'm here.
Well,
I have a lot to think about.
This all works for my caption. I don't understand why my caption was not picked because we're all talking about my caption here. And
What was
yeah,
yours again, Paul?
Yeah, let me hear it.
I can't decide between the swill, slop, or lobster risotto.
Yeah.
It's
That
the
was
pig.
good. I like that.
Yeah. That works
It's
really well.
The rule of threes, you have one,
yeah.
two,
Rule of
punchline.
threes. Throw in
Mhm.
the last one that changes everything because they are pigs in a fancy restaurant.
Lobster risotto
Yeah,
is fancy. Yeah.
Yes. It's not something they would normally order.
No.
yeah, that's good. I unfortunately this cartoon won't come up again that you can
No,
redo that, but
no.
that's definitely a good thought.
Mhm.
Like how can you say are they going to go for the swill or the fancy? That's
But
you
they're
know
in a fancy
who
place. They're going to go for the
who
lobster
know
risotto. That's just the way it works.
right.
They can
Well,
get
and
swill or slop anytime.
and then
That could have
Paul,
been
didn't
that could have been it too. We could get swill anytime. We're here.
Yeah, we'll pay the
we're
extra.
here. We might as well order the lobster risotto.
Yes.
Right.
And then Paul, didn't you have a comment too about how because they the caption about the pigs rolling around in it. I think, Paul, you made the point that pigs don't actually roll around in their food because these are the this is how you learn doing the caption contest. You learn about things.
Oh, it's because I'm from the Midwest. I lived next to a pig farmer when I grew up, so I know how pigs act. They roll around in mud because they're trying to cool off or get away from flies or insect. They don't do it because they're dirty or anything. They're just, they don't roll around their garbage. That's
There's there's a certain amount of, yes, I like to try to be accurate to the rules of whatever I'm drawing. And the New Yorker will edit you. I drew
Mm.
a parakeet and I drew a canary and it looked too much like a parakeet. And they had me redraw it and they gave me a little picture. It doesn't happen so often. They gave me a picture, make it look more like this. So at least it fits with the cartoon. I don't think the cartoon's out yet, so I won't give it away.
okay.
Uh-huh.
But I've been edited with how an animal looks. I accidentally looked on Reddit and someone had one of my cartoons about knitting. And they were like, they're not holding the needles the way they're supposed to be holding the needles. Knitters know that's not. And I was like, I should have known that because I know people who knit. And I actually felt bad that I didn't get that accurate.
No.
And I
So
was like,
for the
listen,
0.05% of the population that would notice that.
but you know what? Yeah, you got to try to reach everyone. I mean,
Yes.
and
Right. I get
you
it.
know how it is when you know something and they get it wrong in a show or like, you're
Mhm.
like, that's not how it is.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
being the one to make other people feel that way. I can't be
Yeah.
perfect, but
It
It's
takes
great.
you out of the moment. You want to enjoy this,
right,
but because they screwed up, you can't. It's not the way it's done.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
It
happy I'm
is
not a
a
lawyer or doctor because I can enjoy all those shows without knowing why they're wrong.
Yeah. I do like the idea too of somebody's job at the New Yorker to take a look at the images and be like, now what is wrong with this? Like this, like let me check and make sure this all because every week when we play the caption contest and we're looking at all the cartoons, it's just cartoons about everything. It's like Napoleon or there's hot dogs or pigs or knitting. I mean, the amount of knowledge you have to have is
Mhm.
vast.
I know. I mean, they edit. One of my favorite things to learn about is how they edit actual articles too, and how the articles are written. Imagine editing a whole article. They call people up. They double check that what the person who was interviewed said was accurate. They have whole teams of people doing this. I'm
Mm.
like, please edit me. Like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Add a comma. Tell me what I
Yeah.
did wrong. I once
Whatever
had
you
a
need.
backdrop. One of my first cartoons was a chessboard wall, and there were two, I think, chess pieces, and they were saying, "I love your exposed checkerboard," or "I love your
Oh
exposed." I
yeah,
forget what
love
it.
that one. Yeah.
And it wasn't. I just was drawing a wall,
Yeah.
but it wasn't 8 rows or 8 columns across,
Uh-huh.
which is a chessboard. And they asked me to add to make it at least look like it, and I was like, I was
Wow.
new at the time. I'm like, I will do whatever you want me to do. I think that's crazy. It was just and it was before I was using my iPad, so I had to like, without redrawing it, use Photoshop, which I don't know how to use, and
Yeah.
copy and paste. It was like a whole thing. But they will get you.
Yeah.
There's some actor or something that had to do that for a role or something where they had to actually go in and experience fact checking. I think it was a New Yorker, and they had to like check a recipe to make sure that the recipe actually worked the way it was supposed to. So they actually had to
Interesting.
find the ingredients, make it, and just fact check it. So crazy.
Crazy.
That's all. I feel like we're halfway, maybe because we're in a cartoon podcast. That's almost another cartoon. A fact checker
Yeah,
doing something.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm just fact checking here. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
No, some kind of
like what
brutal or
happens when you eat
grisly
20 hot
murder or
dogs?
something.
I
Yeah,
need
I
to
can
know.
see that's a Gan Wilson cartoon there.
Yeah.
It is a Gan Wilson. It is. I just remember this one. It's where a guy,
Is it?
you see him writing on a typewriter. It takes a long time to hack a person to death. Then you see him get up and you see there's a clock in the background, that has moved and he comes back. It takes a good 4 hours.
Oh God.
It's already been done. That's my biggest problem. It's already
Oh
been
Yeah.
done
man.
better than I'm trying to do it now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good call.
So
So
are
last time we had you on, you've been doing it for quite a while, but you are a kindergarten teacher. Is that still the case?
Still the case.
Still the case. And when we had you on in January, you were in the middle of the school year, but now it's summer vacation. What's
Summer Steinberg. That's what I call it.
Woo.
so are you happy to get away or is it you miss the kids?
It's great to have a vacation. We get plenty of time off during the year, but it's very scheduled and not like I can't take 2 weeks off. I can't take more than a day or two off. that's not scheduled because you can't just disappear from the classroom. So we have plenty of time off, but it's nice to have an actual long break to be able to either relax or travel or do bigger projects, whatever it is that teachers do. But it's a transition. You're busy all day. You're with kindergarten kids. Things are happening even up to the last day of school. There are stories happening, and then it's over. Then you're done, and it's nothing. There's no like transition. We have a day of like in service afterwards, and then silence. And you hear their voices in your head for like a week and a half, still echoing those little voices. And it takes like a little, when anyone goes on vacation, it takes 3 days to get out of work mode. You enjoy for a day, then you start worrying about going back, and then you're back at work. So
Right.
I have a longer process. I have longer time to do it, but it's definitely a transition. So I'm
Yeah.
very grateful to have the time off, but it takes some getting used to.
And kindergarten is tough because you probably have two classes, right? Like a morning class and an afternoon class. That's how kindergarten was when I went to kindergarten. So, and actually when my kids went to kindergarten, they didn't have full day kindergarten. So there was a morning class and an afternoon class. Do you have that?
Welcome to 2026 on the Upper West Side, where we go all day.
Oh,
We
wow.
go
Okay.
they from 8 something till 3 something, and we are with
Uh-huh.
them all day. They do a lot of learning, a lot of playing. We go to the park, we take them out. We have plenty of things going on and fun and relax and play and stuff like that. And they do a lot of learning. So
Uh-huh.
we go over the course of the day. It's a very busy day. But it's not one class and another class. Me and my co-teacher are with the same class, and they have
Right.
specials and we have breaks and things like that. But
Mhm.
we're with one class all day.
Yeah.
So you really get to know them.
Wow, that's so cute. That's such a cute age too.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, like they're like literally like 2 years post potty training. Like they're so
Yeah,
little. They're so
Yeah.
little at that age still, and they're just like sponges and so cute. And
they're still
that's
excited about life,
Mhm.
and you feel so bad that in a few years they won't be. But for
Yeah.
now, they love to learn. They love to draw. They love
Mhm.
talking about my cartoons. They don't always get them. Try to explain them, like the
Oh,
Oh,
jokes, but they know I draw. I don't draw for them. I'm not sure if I told you this last time. I don't draw pictures and give it to them, but I will
uh-huh.
teach them how to draw all day. We'll talk about stuff. I'll talk about using your own style. Often we'll use drawing to learn. If we're having a meeting or a conversation about something, sometimes we don't just sit around and talk, but I'll sketch their ideas and they have the same paper and they get to sketch along with me and draw things that we mentioned that I don't draw or not draw everything that I do draw it their own way. So I like to incorporate a lot of art into not just the art time, but into the learning time too.
Wow.
And it's so much fun to draw with kids because they're so much better than you.
That's
yeah,
No one
totally.
amazing.
told them how to draw yet, so they all do
Right.
whatever they
Yeah.
want, and it's so
Yeah,
amazing.
Fun.
Yeah.
love that.
You've been doing it for I'm guessing 18 years now. Is that
It's gonna be, first of all, great call. You're just about there. I'm impressed. It's at almost 20 now. By next year, it'll be my
Wow.
okay?
20th year now, or 19 and a half.
So
So it's been a long time.
my question is then, have you ever had a former student come up to you and say, "Thank you, Mr. Steinberg. Thank you for tolerating me."
Inspiring or inspiring.
Or yeah,
So
Yeah.
So really, really good question too, because it hasn't happened till the past couple years. Because my students are now, the students I first taught are now old enough to be like, I guess, adults. They're
Mhm.
college or post college. My first 1 or 2 years, they're post college now. So every so often, someone will like bump into me at the park and they'll say, "Are you Avi?" It's a first name there, and
Uh-huh.
for me, I remember it much better. But for them, it was kindergarten.
yeah.
So by the time they're grown up, they have like memories of it, but they don't remember all the specifics all the time. But they're like, "You were Avi. You told us the story. Are you telling the story?" I'm like, "I'm still telling that story 20 years later."
Right.
They'll message me on Instagram like, "Hey, you were my teacher. I really like love learning with you, and now I'm a teacher too, or I'm working with students. I'd love to meet up and grab a beer." And I go to my head of
That's sweet.
school. Am I allowed to do it? Like, they're I don't. It's weird to to meet up. Like, I'm like, they're my student. I will like say good luck.
Hmm.
But no, I would love to. I would love to chat with some old students. But they've been reaching out the past year or two, and it's really, really cool to see them all grown up, post college, like adults doing things now.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
And my
crazy.
friends who teach high school, it happens much quicker for them in a way.
Hmm.
They teach a few years later. They're working at the same school.
Right. Yeah.
And
Um,
and that's a great profession for that because I mean, it feels like you've really accomplished something. You've sent these kids off into the world of learning, and you got to see an end product.
It's wild because sometimes you remember what they were like in kindergarten, and you do the best you can and support them, and you don't give up, and you're like, good luck. Um, and more often than not, they turn out great. The ones
Mhm.
that I met have been awesome, and just seeing them again. There was an old first grade. I used to teach first grade when I first started, and he came back to do some substitute teaching at our school,
Oh,
and it
yeah.
was so great to see him teaching. I didn't get a chance to work with him because when I was sick, he covered for me, but I'm not there. I wasn't there at the same time as him. But I found an old song about Thanksgiving that I wrote with that class. They kind of wrote the lyrics. I had the guitar. They kind of came up with the tune. I came up with the chords, and we wrote this amazing kindergarten Thanksgiving song. So when he was back there, I said, I think I still have it on my phone because but we already had Google everything at that point. It's crazy
Mhm.
how long it's been, but it's sat there. So we listened to that song together that we wrote 15, 16 years ago. And it's such
Wow.
a great song. And he's like, you got to send me that. I'm like, I will. It's a good reminder that I should. But just to be able to talk to the adult version of this kids that you're teaching, then you look at the kids you have now and you say to yourself, I cannot imagine you being an adult. Like, but one day, they're gonna be. So you just do the best you can. There's a
Yeah.
lot of other things that goes into anyone's life, but you try to start them off,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
and believe in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Do they ever say anything really funny and you're like, that's a great idea for a cartoon? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish the funny things they said I could turn into a cartoon, but this year they were very funny this year, but it's hard to turn it into. I've only started drawing like teaching cartoons more recently. For a long
Mhm.
time, it was like you ask a fish what water is, and they're like, "What? How's the water? Like, what's water? Like they're in
Right.
water, whatever that
Mhm.
old joke is." I'm
yeah,
just like in it, and it's not funny to me in a way that I can like mine it for cartoons.
Mhm.
And then I started to learn how to do it a little bit, but we have characters this past year, and they were very funny. It just didn't quite work to turn like you could turn an experience into a cartoon maybe, but not I would say not
Like a quote.
anything they've said.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Looking at the other end of the spectrum, and this is something that I remember, as a kindergartner, is that like the summer after being in kindergarten, I saw my teacher out in the wild,
How
which
did
is
it
just
feel?
a mind blower because I just assumed they lived at the school. That's where they stay. They stored them at the school for the summer. So it's like, wow, these people are like people. They're just out and about.
You know what? When I was a kid, I always felt the same way. When I would see a teacher, it would be weird.
Mhm.
I think these Upper West Side Manhattan kids are like 20 times more savvy than I used to be. And when they see you, they're like, yeah, everyone's out on the streets in New York City. I try to tell them, I'm like, I live at school, kids. They're like, no, you. I'm like, I roll myself up in the carpet every night like a teacher burrito, and that's where I sleep. Like, no, you have an apartment, and I live in the Upper West Side, and you walk to work. And so I can't fool them anymore. And sometimes when they see me, they'll be shy, or sometimes they'll run up and say hi, or they'll like knock
Mhm.
on a. I'll be at a cafe and they'll hear banging on the window, and everyone looks
Oh,
around.
it's
It's one of
cute.
my students.
Oh,
Um, and yeah, I've taught for so long that they're always walking around. I love seeing them.
Yeah.
Um, like a minor celebrity for people who don't know who you are anyway. It's great.
yeah. Love that.
I remember being at the gym once as an adult, and I ran into my kindergarten teacher at the gym, and she recognized me from
Wow.
kindergarten as I was like in my 30s. I was like, what? Like, that's insane. You know, it's
You
just
haven't changed a
crazy.
bit, Beth.
I
That's a
guess I
good
hadn't
teacher.
changed that
You haven't
much,
changed
but
exactly.
it was so funny. I was like, wow, stunned, that she recognized. I recognized her, but I wasn't going to say anything, but it was crazy.
I'm happy I bumped into my old, this was like maybe this is 10 years ago. I was teaching kindergarten
Mhm.
for like 8 years. I bumped into my old kindergarten teacher at a wedding, like community, like
Uh,
in the same community. And I said, hey, like, my family, she knew my family. Hey, I'm teaching kindergarten now too. And you were my kindergarten teacher. Isn't that crazy?
wow.
And she was not impressed.
Oh,
She was not
oh,
like, yeah, I'm so happy for you. And it reminded me why I didn't have the best kindergarten experience to begin with. I'm like, this tracks. Part of
Yeah.
what I do is I try to right the wrongs of what it was like to be
Yeah.
in school and like treat
And
my
I'm doing
students a
the
little
exact
differently.
opposite of you.
Yeah.
And she was
Hilarious.
great, and we were fine in kindergarten, but it was not the way it is now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she was more like, oh, you'll learn. You'll learn.
Yeah. Just you wait.
So you play guitar too.
I know just enough chords to be a kindergarten teacher.
Okay.
I'm lucky that I picked it up in college and learned a little bit.
Mm,
And somehow I ended up being the assembly leader too at the school. So it's good to know a little bit of guitar and just get up there and sing all the songs with them
yeah.
and be able to be upfront with people.
Mhm.
But I'm not at all a professional musician.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sounds like such a fun class. I want to go.
Field trip.
I wish I was in my
Field trip.
kindergarten class.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
there you
Yeah.
go. Kindergarten classes for adults. That's what we got to do now. We got
Yeah.
to start having kindergarten classes for adults.
When
Yeah,
parents
a
come
redo.
in for like a visiting day or like we have a little culmination of a unit, they're like, this is great. I don't want to leave. Like they're coloring, they're doing art
Yeah.
projects, they're doing little math equations with their kids. And they're like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fun for 20 minutes, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got to get them in their snowsuits and their boots. And we hold on to loops as we walk down the sidewalk. It's
Mhm.
no, but exactly. It's fun to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while you're not doing cartoons or teaching classes, you are also writing books. Last time we had you on, you had just had one come out. I wrote it down here somewhere. The story
Yeah.
no one has ever heard before.
Yes.
And by a strange coincidence, you have another one coming out this fall. So maybe you can talk a little bit about that one.
Yeah, it's a perfect segue. I'm super lucky. This book is actually inspired by my kindergarten class. So
Oh, wow.
it all came together. The short story is that when we go walk on the streets of New York City, there's still kindergarten. So have you ever seen those long loops, like those long leash and there's like little colored loops that each kid holds onto
Yeah.
so that you can kind of pull them along in supposedly a straight line. All the back of it sometimes, sweeping the sidewalk back and forth, like clearing the way. But so every day we take the kids to a playground in the park. And often we see dog walkers, like the New York City dog walkers with like 20 dogs each kind of being pulled down the sidewalk too. So we always had this joke. I'm like, oh, look at the other kindergarten class over there. I wonder where they're going. And they're like, those aren't kids, those are dogs. I'm like, that class looks very furry. Are you kids? And they're like, those aren't kids, those are dogs. So we would joke about that over the course of the year. Once me and a dog walker and me and my students and the dog walker were waiting at the same red light. And I turned to him and I'm like, I think we have the same job. And he's like, mine don't talk back, which was great. But so I'm like, one day as I'm going through all these children's book ideas and either they don't make it off the the drawing board or we submit them and they get rejected from the publisher. Suddenly I had this idea, what if there was a collision? Like what if a bunch of kids walk into a bunch of dogs and one kid goes with the dogs by accident and one dog goes with the kids by accident and the kid ends up at the dog park and the dog ends up in the classroom? Like what would happen? And once I kind of like suggested that idea to my agent, she's like, let's do it. And once you have an idea that just makes sense, it goes a lot quicker and it's smoother. And it turned out that it worked. And I was lucky enough that my agent thought it was a good idea. We worked it out and the editor thought it was a good idea. And kind of that's the origin story of, not quite a true story because we've avoided the dogs, but that's the origin story of the Jumble, called the Jumble. And it's just like, what does math look like in the dog park? What does math look like in the classroom if you're a dog or if you're a kid? What does snack time look like? What does literacy look like? And then at the end of the day, they take a walk again. There's another Jumble and they go back to their original spots. And it's just no real lesson per se. There's no like, this is what to do when you're angry, or this is how, when you miss a friend. There might be some subtle kind of like lessons, like perseverance or just going with the flow, but it's just, I was trying to do a fun book.
Yeah.
Very different from my first book about how to tell a story.
I think that's honestly brilliant. Like I am surprised that's never been done before as a children's book, because it is actually really just a brilliant idea. Like a mix up, like almost like a Freaky Friday kind of premise, but with dogs and kids. I think that's amazing. Really fun.
Thank you. I I can't take all the credit. It's my job. At work, it almost happened many times. Pulling the students one way and they're pulling the dogs the other way. But I'm very grateful that people believed in the book and believed in the idea and kind of gave me the chance to put this together. And I hope people enjoy it. I'm always thinking about what would be fun for a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old to hear. Not what I think they should know, what I think they should be listening to, but what do I think they would enjoy hearing and like want to look at again and again. And I'm lucky that I'm with them all day and I've been there for many years. So maybe I have a little bit of insight. Hasn't made it that much easier. There have been some rejections between the first and the second book, which is another good lesson. Just because you think you're in doesn't mean that it's smooth sailing all the time. But I'm very happy that this was the one that worked out. Like, I'm very proud of it. I hope the kids like it. It's a very fun book to draw. If I never draw another dog for the rest of my life, because it turns out they have to look the same on each page. Like, if you're going to draw, and the kids have to look the same. It's got to be consistent. And I'm like, why? But it makes sense.
Yeah, that's tough.
And I get to read it. I've read it to my students a little bit already because I had the mock up and things like that. So I've gotten the thumbs up from my kindergarten students. So I hope that helps it sell. So everyone knows my students like the book.
Yeah.
Kindergartner approved. Yes. Stamp of approval.
It is wonderful, I think, as a kid to have a story that takes something that you're really familiar with and then imagines this kind of like wild adventure that can come of it. I feel like so many of the best stories start that way. They're so familiar. It's like you're in your familiar la-di-da thing, and then something wild happens. Like a door opens up and you're in this kind of other world. And I think those stories are the best stories.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because I feel like a lot of students are always asking themselves, that's what I do too, again, the what if. Like, what if this happens? And they really believe their imaginative play. They're like, let's pretend. But when they're pretending, they're like living it the way that an adult can't really do anymore. I feel like they like believe it. They'll argue with each other if unicorns are real or dragons are real. And they will get angry at each other and say, dragons are real. No, unicorns are real, but dragons are real. And we're like, everyone relax. We have bad news for you.
But dinosaurs, really those were real.
Exactly. Try to explain how dinosaurs and dragons aren't, but wild. They really believe in a lot of things. To be able to take that like anchor of reality and then say what can happen is kind of what I really enjoy doing. So that's a really insightful way of thinking about it. It'll help me on my next book. This is, again, I'm so happy I'm here. Full of very smart people.
And I just want to point out that it is available for pre-order, and I will put the link in the show notes for it. So
thank you so much. Yeah. Once you write the book and illustrate the book, you have to learn how to market the book. And apparently that's a whole different job that I'm still learning how to do.
When does it come out?
November 3rd.
Oh, nice.
So pretty soon, a few months away. So yes, pre-orders are great for authors. It lets people know that they should stock the book. Yeah. I hope people just enjoy the book. I hope it's a fun read and kids like it.
Yeah. Children's books, I feel like children's books are great, but that's just such a hard genre to tap into, I think. It just seems that way to me from the outside looking in. It's like, how do you come up with a premise that hasn't been done before? And that's appealing to everybody, appealing to that age, and make it funny for the adults to read it to their kids. Because like if the kids today are anything how my kids were then when they were little, they want to read the same book over and over and over again every single day, and as a parent, you're like, oh my God, do I have to read this again? But if it's funny or there's something in it that's humorous to the adult or entertaining to the adults, they will want to read it every night too.
So true. And they're the ones buying the books. So you got to make sure they kind of like, they're like, okay, I can accept this into my life.
Yeah.
I may have to read this.
Yeah. When kids really like a book, they want you to read it over and over and over again. So there's so many books
to my parents
so many times.
I've had to hide books in the classroom or just say, we've read it enough. Readers reread, but there's a limit.
Yeah.
But I've done that. My goal is for students and kids in general to want to hear my books. That's like the biggest compliment. If someone asks to hear the book again, that's a sign of like, okay, you've done something. I'm just so lucky and grateful that I was able to have this opportunity to get this out there. It's so much fun. Like, it's an honor to be able to write kids books for kids and have them enjoy it.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
You know,
Avi,
they're
you
the
are in your
toughest
right
critics.
field. No, you are in your right field. Like,
Yeah.
wow, you are exactly where you belong. Gosh, those kids are lucky to have you.
Oh,
Mm.
thank you so much. Thank you. I'm lucky to have my students too. They're
And and
great.
you and you have another comic strip that's I want to say it's a strip. I don't know if I'm using the right terminology, but it's like almost like stick figures. Um,
Yes, yes.
yeah, how are you still doing that?
I'm always brainstorming and throwing those stick figures into like Instagram. I'm trying
Uh-huh.
to figure out TikTok. I got one humor piece with the stick figures up in the New Yorker online.
Uh-huh.
But it's a very minimalist way to explore. For them, I really think about my inner world, whether it's me
Hmm.
overthinking or my anxiety or my problems or
Yeah.
what I find annoying. If I can turn it into like a New Yorker cartoon, I'll use them to try to convey what I want to talk about. It's like
Uh-huh.
a fun little thing. So it's always been fun to take that minimalist approach of just like anyone reading or looking at that cartoon, like that could be me. It's not a
Uh-huh.
specific person. It's not a specific kind of, I think that's the original idea I read. And I believe it's Scott McCloud's How to Draw. He has a bunch of books.
Yeah.
And when like the more simple the character is, the more you can kind of put yourself in that character and the more
Right.
the more they look like a specific person. Not that you can't do it, but it changes how you feel about the cartoon and how you interact.
Yeah.
Also, I really refined how the stick figures look, and I'll redraw them a couple times, the circles, the body. So I really like the dynamic,
Uh-huh.
but it's easier to draw. So part of it
Mhm.
is like, hey, I'm a little lazy sometimes. Could I just draw a stick figure
Mhm.
and just get by with that? So definitely there's that element too of like, could I draw a cartoon in 5 minutes? But I
Mhm.
really want to get it to look just right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great because they're actually really cute characters.
Thank you.
Like how do you make a almost stick figure? Like they're not stick figures because they have bodies and
Yeah.
whatever, but they're honestly really cute. And I enjoy the topics. I think, them being angsty about Mondays or whatever, I think they're fun. And then there was another I don't know if it's not a strip, but it's multiple panels of a blue and a yellow character together,
Yes.
that I hadn't seen when we had you on last time.
That was
But
that was all new.
okay, yeah, I love that. I love that. I
Thank you.
especially loved the one about them getting ready to go for a run and
Yes.
stretching and warming up and psyching each other up and tying their shoe and tying their other shoe, and then all of a sudden it starts to drizzle, and then the next panel is it starts to rain, and they're like, okay, next week, or it's whatever. It's so good, so
Thank
good. I
you.
love
Thank you.
that.
It was like one of the great things about one of the good things about social media, and there are a lot of things that are not great about it,
Mm,
is that you can experiment to put things out there and you can see what people kind of react to and how they react.
mm,
But also you can see how you feel trying something new and at least getting someone to see it. So you're not just sitting in a silo doing it alone.
mm,
And so people really resonated with these new colorful characters. And you can tell a
mm,
story in multiple strips. Again, that I really try to look back at and try to fine tune and make sure it's accurate, but I'm not spending 3 hours drawing one panel either.
mm.
And a couple of them got a lot of views. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It didn't change my life. It was a lot of fun. When one of your cartoons gets 7 million views, you're like, that's amazing. And then the next day you're like, can I do it again? And third day is like, no, it didn't quite work like that. And you tell yourself that just like with the cartoons at the beginning, you draw stuff and they don't sell, and maybe one day you can do something with it. You never know what's going to
Mm,
happen. If you don't
right.
leave your apartment, you're never going to bump into someone. You have to like put yourself out there and
Hmm.
just try new things. So I feel like that's how I see it. And it's great to have a cartoon seen by so many people, and you never
Yeah.
know what'll happen. When I was a
Exactly.
kid, I wanted to be a comic strip cartoonist like, Bill Watterson. So I had these characters. And of
Mm,
course, as a high school kid, I did not make it into the syndicates, Kings or whatever, and then
mm,
the whole market changed. But that alien that I originally came up with, who knows how long ago, was the alien I used in my first picture book, a story no one has ever heard before. That green alien was what I came up with as a kid.
oh wow.
And the idea that like nothing is a waste if you're being
Right.
creative, even if it doesn't turn into something people pay for.
Yeah.
Nothing is really a waste when you're just having fun and putting things out there and trying.
Yeah.
And as long as you keep going,
Mm,
anything can happen. And you're
yeah.
allowed to take breaks. You're allowed, but so you never know.
Important. Yeah.
But I'm happy those resonated with you because they're a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. And especially the blue and yellow guy, I think they're blue and yellow.
Yeah.
But I hadn't seen those before, so I flipped through a bunch of them and I love them. They're great.
Okay, good. This is good inspiration to do a
Mhm.
couple more. I have time now. Summer break. This is great. Can I come back tomorrow? I feel so
Yeah.
great talking to all of you. You are so
Anytime.
kind and
You
supportive and
can
nice.
call us anytime.
When
We'll
I'm
try to
feeling
do it
down, could we
more than
schedule another podcast visit?
Yes,
yeah. We'll try to do it
absolutely.
more than every 2.5 years. So I'll try to
Yeah.
fit into the schedule here.
Yeah, for sure.
There are a lot of amazing people. I get that you have a lot of people to talk to. But it's always great to be here.
Yeah. No, we love having you. I'm so
Oh,
glad you were able
yeah.
to come back on. Do
Yeah,
you have
thank you
any
so much.
more cartoons coming up in the contest in the hopper that they bought but haven't run?
I think one or two that are definitely one. I'm trying to think about a second one, but there are
Mhm.
some that haven't been published
Mhm.
yet. So
Yeah.
we'll see what they are. I'm sitting here right now. I do not remember. It's
Mhm.
Yeah,
end of the day. I have to think back about what, and I'm not going to give it away if I remember, but there's one or two coming out at some point. It could be
Yeah.
tomorrow. It could not tomorrow, but it could be in 4 years.
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
Isn't
you never
isn't it
know.
amazing that you're at a place in your career, in your cartooning career, that they have things in the hopper that they bought and you don't remember what they are?
yeah. That's pretty great.
Like,
That's pretty good.
that has to be like the mark of
Yeah,
like,
that's the
you've
pinnacle.
made it because you don't remember what they
Or you're
they
just
If you
have.
would
getting
have
old. Or
told
you're
me,
just getting
Yeah.
old. That's the
yeah,
case as
Yeah,
well.
or
He's
that.
not
Or
old.
that too.
no, I like the first one. I like the
First
first one.
one.
How far in my career I am. Not that I'm getting old,
Yeah.
but if you would have told me when I was trying to submit for the first many years that this would be my problem,
Mhm.
um, I would have said no way. Like that's a dream. I've been emailed by the editors saying, "Hey, the cartoon that they had back when Bob Mankoff bought. Do you mind
Mhm.
redrawing this? Like maybe there's some things that don't quite read right. We want to run it, and it probably came through their thing, and
Uh-huh.
they're like, "Could you just read?" And I'm like, "I would be glad to redraw it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love to make it better. Like it was great, but I've learned a lot. You draw every week, you get better. Your style
Mhm.
changes. So I've gotten more than once asked to redraw something."
Oh,
And I told my, I'm like, please ask me whenever you want. Don't let that hold you back from publishing. Just let me know.
Yeah.
But again, that's the problem I have. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah,
The
that
good-
is a great problem to have. That's awesome. So you said you had something get in the New Yorker as a more long form. Was that like a Shouts and Murmurs or?
Yeah, that was one of the daily shouts
Uh-huh.
online. I
Yeah.
haven't submitted in a while to that, but it's also a lot of fun to come up with some ideas, to
Mhm.
brainstorm, to work with some writing partners. That was the daily shouts. I'm so happy
Okay.
they went with it.
Mhm.
Because it was my stick figure just going through a bunch of different permutations of something.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, wow, like I'm not just posting this person to Instagram. I
Right.
can actually sell it. The New Yorker wants it too. And since then they've rejected many submissions.
Uh-huh.
This is for anyone listening that wants to do this, like it happens. You get rejected plenty, even after so many years into your career or when you're this
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
But it was great to have that character. Not that it legitimizes it, but like it was great. It was great to have it online at the New Yorker to say, "Oh, this is someone." And I'm not the first
Mhm.
person to do a stick figure. There's been some amazing stuff done. I'm not going to be the last. I do not own stick figures, but being able to do this style in my voice is something I feel like it's a lot of fun, and I'm also very happy. And also came about randomly. I was doodling in a grad school class one day back when we just
Mhm.
had Facebook, if you remember the days. And I
Yeah.
took a picture of like a stick figure, like a little cartoon. I posted it to my Facebook, and all my friends liked it. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm going to draw another one the next class. And that's how it started years ago. So
Mhm.
again, you never know when you're not paying attention to what you're supposed to be paying attention to. Just like when I was drawing
Right.
cartoons in fourth grade at the back of the classroom, you never know.
Mhm.
yeah.
You never
Yeah.
know. I don't
It's
need to
true.
know chemistry, but I'm a cartoonist now.
That's true.
Exactly.
It's true. Do you do that? Forgive me for not knowing the answer to this before I'm asking you. Do you do the daily cartoons um, regularly? Do you submit as a daily, or do you only do a weekly batch to get
Mostly a
to?
weekly batch.
Mhm.
I love the dailies. I've submitted some a couple the past week or two about like
Mhm.
the Knicks or something else going on.
Right.
They didn't buy them. It's a nice way of saying I got rejected. But it's hard during the school year, because
Yeah.
like the way it works is you can submit a very rough draft and they
Right.
tell you by like say 10 o'clock in the morning, submit
Yeah,
by
and
9, by 10 you hear,
you're
and you can
already
draw
at
the
work.
final. And I'm at work.
Yeah.
So over the
Yeah.
summer I could submit something if I come up with it and then
Right.
just redraw it by 12 o'clock. So if I'm working and it's a school year and I have an idea, I will draw the final cartoon. So I have to
And
really
send it
like the
in.
idea to put some time into it. And it's definitely worth it, even if I'm rejected for that particular cartoon, because I have sold some dailies in the past year or two. I'm trying to remember
Right.
what they are. Not as much as I used to, but I
Uh-huh.
would love to get back into it.
Yeah.
Um, and so when something comes up that I feel like I have something to say about that's not too intense, I
Mhm.
might draw something about that. But if I feel like I'm just making a comment about the heat or
Right.
about like do they need to hear me say something about that? Probably not.
Yeah. Right. Right.
I love the daily cartoons I've been seeing. The cartoonists are great. Again, at the New Yorker, they don't need me. So if I have an idea, I'll put it out there. Um, but I love the dailies. I still remember the first
Mhm.
daily I sold. I remember, when they started accepting from like everyone.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's great. I just need to kind of work on it some more.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I'm guessing it's a little difficult when you have a kindergarten class you have to go teach and you don't really have the time to finish
Yeah.
up a
No, I mean,
daily.
it would have to be a vacation thing.
Yeah. Like I'm
Vacation
drawing
in
the final at
quotation marks.
midnight if I want to
Yeah.
submit something for the next day. So they buy it, then the final's already ready.
Right.
But then you also feel like, who am I to assume they're going to buy it? So here's the
Right.
final too. I think they know that I can't draw it.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you need me to edit, I can edit. Don't I have a break, but
Mhm.
like, here's the final if you like it. No pressure, but if you want it, just take it. Just take it.
Not presuming anything, but
Yeah. It's like when random people have an idea for me for a cartoon. They'll be like, you can have this idea. Like, you can have it, do what you want with it. I'm
Right.
like, oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. I was consider it taken.
Thank you.
I forget, where did you study art in school, or did you just pick this up on your own?
I totally picked it up on my own. I took some art classes as a kid after school, but I
Mhm.
never went to like FIT or any kind of
Wow.
art school officially. I'm
Mhm.
very or somewhat jealous of my friends who were able to do it
Uh-huh.
because they got a lot of raw skills that I just didn't learn. So I'm self-taught, but
Wow.
I was an English lit major.
Uh-huh.
I love to read, I love to write. And
Right.
so of course the drawing has to be a good enough drawing, but like any cartoon, the writing is 90% of it, I would say.
Mhm.
In the sense,
Mhm.
listen, a caption that works with a great drawing, there's nothing better, and it's leagues above everything else when they
Right.
both work together, when you can't have one without the other, when they're both telling the story. But it has
Right.
to be a funny idea. It has to be a funny
Mhm.
caption. It can't just be a great illustration per se. Even if
Yeah.
sometimes the illustration is telling the story, the writing is there. So I have a leg up that I study lit, I would say, English
Mhm.
lit, but self-taught otherwise.
Mhm.
And just you have to kind of love it and be in it to win it and want to try to improve. And I remember the times Bob Mankoff said, study this person or draw feet better. And give me like
Yeah.
all the cartoons that didn't look at any that week. Or the little lessons you learn along the way.
Mhm.
Um, but but no official schooling. I'd love to take
Mhm.
a watercolor class or learn a new method. I love to
Mhm.
do more cartoons, analog by hand and not digital, like the finals at least. But right now, just
Mhm.
digital. I'm happy I figured that out.
Yeah.
And there's always more to learn. Like, where do you start?
Right. Right.
And I heard there was someone here doing some drawing of their own too. Has
Uh,
Oh,
that been happening? Not to ask
well,
you any questions, but
well, we've all tried it this last month where the three of us submitted cartoons to a reverse caption contest.
uh
And Beth and Nicole did very well. And I was a runner-up, a
Mhm.
distant runner-up. But Beth and Nicole said, they don't draw, and I have to disagree with them. They always said that I couldn't draw, or I said I couldn't draw, and they disagreed with me. So now I'm disagreeing with them.
Well, your drawings are great, Paul.
No, Paul, you can
Mine
draw.
took me hours and hours and hours to do,
Yeah,
and it was
but
just
yours was outstanding.
it
Like
it
I
it,
can't
it
even
was fun.
explain
I
how
have it. I have
well
it.
it was drawn and executed.
I'll
It
see
was
if I can.
unbelievable.
I
how
don't know.
did it
Like
feel
seriously.
for all of you to do some? You've done so much about the thinking and the writing. How did it
This
feel
was
to
mine.
draw?
First of all,
This
take
was
a look at Beth.
Oh wow!
it's it was a reverse caption contest where the
Yeah,
caption was every time,
you know
and
what's amazing about this? is I've also drawn scenes on like a plane or a
Uh,
train, and the seats and the chairs.
yeah,
Other cartoonists nail that.
the
That is
perspective was
great.
really hard to get, but
Isn't
You didn't
that
just tackle a
amazing?
cartoon. You didn't draw a penguin. You drew like a
Yeah.
whole.
Yeah.
That's
The
excellent.
perspective, like the babies, it's so
it
good.
took me
It's so
forever.
funny. No, it's really truly excellent. I'm telling you, you missed your calling, Beth.
Oh my God, it took
You
me
should.
forever. I have like a newfound respect, although I mean, I've always had the respect for cartoonists, but it took me forever to draw that.
Is
And
this
then I submitted it to this contest as a rough. Like, this is pencil. This is all
right?
in
Still,
pencil. Like, I didn't ink over it. And then I submitted it like that. And then Nicole and Paul were like, oh, ours are in final. And I was like, what? I was like, I didn't even think of that. It didn't even cross my mind
are you going to draw again?
to
That's the
finish
question.
it. So I
It's a
don't
monthly
know. I don't
contest.
know.
It's a
Yeah,
monthly
too
You
contest.
can
much.
Was
do a
a
simpler
lot.
drawing.
Yes.
We joke about
Yes.
Yeah,
like we don't draw traffic cartoons because you have to draw so many cars, and
right.
some
Yeah.
art cartoonists make it look easy, and some
Mm,
of us are like, we're not. If we have an idea and it's too complicated,
yeah.
that's
I have to
amazing.
say, I got the crying babies inspiration was Charlie Brown, like when he's like, ah, like the big
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah, just the mouth.
They're so funny, those babies crying on the
So,
plane. They're
but
so funny, Beth.
it
Really.
was fun. It was
Yes.
fun, but it definitely gives you a very big amount of respect for you cartoonists who are submitting batches of 10 or more cartoons every week. Like, that's a lot. And maintaining full-time jobs on top of
And
it.
writing
Like,
books.
And
and
writing
writing books,
and
graphic
songs.
novels or children's books. I mean,
Yeah.
it's insane to me, but it's amazing.
If
Like,
you drew for 10 years
mm,
and then that, you would do it too. It's just a matter
mm,
of,
Yeah.
after seeing that cartoon, if you wanted to, you can do it. It just takes, I think it's just the hard lesson is sometimes it just takes time. Sometimes you
yeah.
meet someone that can just like get it quickly or just has a knack for drawing or they have like that photographic memory almost when they draw something they can really
Mm.
but like otherwise it's like you went big or went
I
home, you
did.
went
I was like,
big.
go
You
big or
chose
go home.
babies crying
And
and
an
the
airplane.
seats. I
I know.
am it's so
Well,
it was good enough that makes me feel a little bad. Like, am I trying
Yeah.
hard enough?
when they told me about the contest, Paul and Nicole told me about the contest, and they said what the caption was every time, right? And the first thing that popped into my, I mean, it popped into my head immediately, like getting on a plane and having a crying baby sitting next to you, right? Was like,
Every
oh God, every time, right? So I was thinking to myself, I was like, what if it was a guy getting on a plane and the entire plane was crying babies? Like,
Yeah.
that was the only idea I had for that
It's such a
caption.
good
And I was like, I
idea.
have to go with it because it's the only thing I have. And it was biting off a lot more than, you could chew for your first one. But Nicole's and Paul's were both great too. Nicole's was hilarious. Every time I think of it, I laugh. You want to explain it, Nicole, so I'm not
what was it?
stealing your thunder?
Well,
It was
this was the
so
only
funny.
idea I thought I could because I cannot draw. I really cannot draw. So I was like, I'm going to submit something for fun, but it has to be something I could draw. So it's a classic cartoon with a fishbowl, and there are two fish in it. One little fish, very, very simply drawn, with his party hat on, and his other fish friend upside down with his X's for eyes, showing that he died. And then, but the fish with the party hat on had strung up a banner in the fishbowl that said, "Welcome, new friend." And then the caption was, "Every time." Because his friend, every time a new friend comes, he just dies. That was it.
That's
Very
good.
simple.
Every
Great.
time.
Every
I like the
time.
banner. I think that banner makes it like
Yeah.
The banner was
it's those
great.
you don't need
It
a lot of
reminded
details, but you need the right thing. That's
Yeah.
great. This is great. I have more competition now. This is not good for me.
No,
It
no.
was great.
It
New
took me so
cartoonist.
long to draw. But you talked about it being a final, Beth. I didn't even think to draw it in pencil. I had all these just sheets of paper and a black pen, and I was trying to draw the fishbowl, and I just couldn't do it. And then it hit me to get a soup bowl and trace the bottom of the bowl, but then I couldn't get the fish. I kept making the fish's mouth look happy, and I'm like, no, he's sad. His friend just died. So I'm like, I had to scrap the whole thing. Like I swear there was
The
25 pages
nuances.
of this fish bowl everywhere in the house. And my husband and kids are like, what are you doing?
You're
I
entering a
respect
contest
I
that.
that
don't know.
gives you nothing.
My
It's like,
first
I don't know.
cartoon I sold were fish. I didn't draw a fish bowl, but there were fish. People, I think Ed Steed might have been fish for his first cartoon too. I'm trying
Ooh.
to remember.
They're
But
very
fish is a great way to
approachable.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of
Easier to
fun.
draw
Like,
a fish than a person.
exactly. I was like, I can make that look like a fish. I know I can. It'll just take me 15 tries, but I know I can do it.
Fish are like the
Respect.
entry level cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Paul had a great one too. Paul,
Mhm.
explain yours about the
Yeah, let's
sheep.
hear this.
Mine was I was trying to come up with an idea of somebody who was trying to fall asleep, but something was keeping him awake. There's always like a faucet dripping or something, but it's like, okay, what can it be that's keeping him awake? So I came up with the idea that he's counting sheep, but the sheep didn't simply disappear. They jumped over the fence, came down on his bed, and had like a herd of sheep on his bed, buying at him, and just
It
very
was
cute
cute.
sheep, by the way. I
They were
tried to make
very
them
cute.
cute.
Very cute.
So just, every
Every
time
time.
he's counts
That's
sheep, the sheep
good.
would not go away.
Mhm.
That's a great idea for the caption because I know it's reverse. But that's also a really good idea. Like if you were just had that idea, what if the sheep are in his bed, like go out into some person's bed? That's something you can brainstorm like 10 captions for.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's like a solid premise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
after
know
I
I'm
thought of
speaking to
it,
people who are not their first day dealing with cartoons. So impressed, not surprised, I will say. But these are good. These are good.
well, the thing was,
Yeah.
after I thought of it, I realized it works better without the every time caption. It just needed to be
Mhm.
sheep on the bed.
It
Yeah.
was
Oh,
too
I
good.
came up with that. I'm submitting
Yep.
it. So,
Yeah. It was good. Sheep
Proud of
counting
us.
is a great trope.
yes.
Mhm.
So are fish
I've
bowls,
definitely
I have
tried
to
some. I don't
say.
think I haven't sold a sheep counting cartoon, but it's
See, another
there.
we're giving you more
There you go.
ideas.
But,
I won't take your
Okay,
ideas, but
take it.
but you can bounce off of them. That's how that works. You can
yes,
always bounce an idea.
I can't draw a
we're always
sheep, so there's no
brainstorming.
way.
Oh, they're
I can only,
easy, fluffy, and just this goofy head sticking out.
yeah. I don't know
Do
if
you
I'm ever
have
going
a
to draw another
favorite
one.
trope, Avi? Do you
A favorite? Well,
Yeah.
I had a lot of goals. Like I wanted
Mm,
to sell a desert island cartoon. Like that
mm,
was like a milestone I wanted to hit. Can I
mm,
sell a desert island? Can I sell like the different a lot of the different tropes out there? But I think the desert island was my favorite.
mm,
And when I sold one, I was very, very happy, very excited.
mm.
I did a daily. I had one that will be in print. I had I finally got one or two. So I think that's definitely my favorite. But you play around with a bunch of them. And
Mm.
trope is like the nice word for cliche at this point. I think Bob
Yeah,
Makeup was like, they're cliches. We call them tropes, so they let us keep doing them. He
right.
told me once. But definitely something about the desert island is just quintessential New
Yeah,
Yorker,
Yeah.
and I
it's
like the
great.
concept of like being alone, but it's almost paradise, but it's not. There's
Hmm.
so many things you can do with it.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Do all you have a favorite trope?
I love game show cartoons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love them. And I
Yeah,
love nursery rhyme cartoons also. Like when cartoonists can turn a nursery rhyme into a cartoon, I love that.
interesting.
Except Jack and the Beanstalk. Hate Jack and the
Yeah.
Beanstalk.
We won't get into that, Beth.
Trigger warning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've tried some Humpty Dumpty cartoons that haven't gone anywhere, but I like that whole scenario too, I would say.
Humpty Dumpty. There was a cartoon that was in a contest in cartoon stock that was the funniest Humpty Dumpty cartoon I've ever seen in my life. It was a Humpty Dumpty talking to another Humpty Dumpty in front of the wall, and the one Humpty Dumpty was all intact, and the other Humpty Dumpty was all kind of broke, like cracked, like his egg shell was all cracked, and he was on crutches and he had bandages. And the person who won the contest had wrote the caption, I I can't even say it without laughing. I I forgive you, Bumpty, Bumpty with a B. I forgive you, Bumpty, like Bumpty Dumpty bumped Humpty Dumpty off the wall, and it was so funny. My
Bumped is
I
that's
forgive
Bumpty,
you,
I
genius.
forgive you,
Bumpty.
Bumpty.
It was so funny. But yes, nursery rhyme cartoons are just they're great. There's such a treasure trove of
Mm.
Yeah.
humor. They're so funny. But anyway, that one was my favorite.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is this one a trope where it's like someone's at like a table and someone else says, "Could you watch my stuff for me?"
That
Like
could be.
I think that's
Yeah.
at this
Yeah.
point it is. I've
Good.
tried
Yeah.
my hand at a bunch of those. Even this past batch, I tried one. Never
Mhm.
sold one, but one day I'm gonna get. Could you watch this for me? For some
Yeah.
crazy reason or why
Yeah.
it's not funny. I think that's the other one. What about
Yeah.
the rest? I don't think I heard everyone's favorite tropes.
Mhm.
I'm curious as a cartoonist.
Dark ones, like I would say Grim Reaper or gravestones, like those,
Ah,
and like anything to do with religion. Honestly, I find so funny.
Mhm.
Like just like it would be like the pearly gates or Moses parting the Red Sea, and although I find all those hysterical.
that's solid. I've tried my hand at a couple of those too. I think the only pearly gates I sold was a daily when the actor, I'm blanking out on the name, but the actor who played Chewbacca passed away.
Oh.
Okay.
And so I had a daily of Chewbacca at the pearly gates and
Oh,
St. Peter saying, "Pardon."
Oh, oh.
I felt like, like I grew up with them. Sometimes I'm
that's great.
motivated to just put it out there because I have a big feeling or a love of something or something
Mhm.
happened. I just want to express myself. And I got
Yeah,
lucky at that. I got lucky that
that's
they went
good.
for that one. But yes,
Mhm.
that's a solid.
Yeah.
Great.
I should do a lot of pearly gates.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How
I
about you?
like Nicole. I like the Grim Reaper. It's always funny for me. Just, that moment of somebody dying, the different things that, the Grim
Yeah.
Reapers, has going on. Uh, for backup, I kind of like the Guy Crawling to the Desert cartoon. Those
Mhm.
are, I'm
Yes.
just always amazed that, somebody comes up with new things for that.
Yeah, those are
I feel like
great.
sometimes when I sit down to brainstorm, the first thing that pops into my mind are like three or four tropes that have been done for each of those things. Like, what can I do? Someone in the desert doing like that. Oh, that like I just go through all the things that have been done already.
Yep.
My
Mhm.
brain like just like spits them out and gets through it. But
Yeah,
it's almost like not, there's no point. They've been done so well. Like,
Mhm.
can you? It's a challenge. Can I come up with a new way of doing it? And it's like a hopeless endeavor in a way
yeah.
of like, how am I going to come up with something new about the Grim Reaper or Desert Island or
Mhm.
the Desert one's a great one. I've tried those too.
It's one of the nice things though. This is the joy of the craft, I think, because when you nail it, it's spectacular. And
Mhm.
people are still nailing those tropes in a way
Yeah,
that's spectacular. And
there's
there's
like a
something amazing about
there's
that.
like
Yeah.
a special appreciation, not just for a good cartoon, but when they can do that. Yeah,
Mhm.
when they can take a trope and make it new, and you
Yeah.
really, it's like when people watch like The Office again and again. In a
Mhm.
Yeah.
way, this is as close as we have it. So like a
Yes.
familiar thing, like it's familiar to me. I don't watch series again and again because I need something new, but my
Right.
friends just watch the same thing again and again.
Yeah.
And I think like maybe these tropes, like we get them, they're there for
Mhm.
us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's such a
Totally.
good point.
Yeah. I think one of the first cartoons I ever drew was a Grim Reaper cartoon. Uh, I was trying to come up with the, death comes on a pale horse kind of thing. And I thought, well, death comes on a pool horse. So I drew the Grim Reaper on one of these silly pool horses floating in a pool.
Oh,
And
I
he's,
thought you
he's,
meant pool like billiards at
no,
first. I
it's,
was
yeah,
like,
a swimming
what?
pool. And so I
Death
have
comes on
him
a.
on a, with the
That's
stick and
good.
everything. And he's coming up to somebody and he says, you didn't wait the full hour.
That's great.
That's good. That's good.
I think I
On a
remember
pale,
that
that's
one.
yeah. Can use so much that pale horse thing. I never even thought about that next part.
Yeah.
A
Mhm.
pale horse, like death comes on a pale horse, but forgot the sunscreen and the horse is all like burnt. Pale
Yeah.
horse, like
Yeah. Yeah.
there's so much. This okay. This is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You can,
Good,
you
No,
Corinne.
my
just
next
need that little
brainstorm session will be
trigger.
Sunday. You're all
Yes.
invited.
At the cafe. Yeah. With your kindergarten kids at the
Go with the
window
nursery
banging.
rhymes.
Go away. Go
Open
away.
up Mother Goose and just go
Yeah.
through nursery rhymes and oh my God,
Yeah.
they're
I've
so
tried
funny.
Hansel and
My
Gretel with Pac-Man
yeah,
eating up all the crumbs.
yeah.
I've
Yeah.
tried
Yeah.
one
My
of other
other
things.
favorite nursery rhyme, and Nicole and Paul know this one, is Michael Maslin did one recently, and it was a pig walking down a path, and he's pushing an oxygen tank, right? He's got like the oxygen tank. It's terrible. It's so dark, right? And it says the caption was, "You don't hear much about the fourth little pig whose house was made of asbestos."
Michael
So
Moslin.
was so good. So good. Oh my God. I just
Amazing.
killed me. So to me, nursery rhymes are just like
This is
gold,
good.
gold. So funny.
Okay, and I'm going to just say we can keep riffing here. We can do this all
Yes,
night, really.
I
But
know.
we
We're
we've
running
had
late.
we've had
Really
Avi
We're
on
running late.
for
I know we've been
Yeah.
like
over an
3
hour.
hours. I'm like,
Yeah,
sorry. I
it's
lost myself.
been
I
going
forgot
on
we were
here.
doing a podcast, to be honest with you. Is anyone still listening right now?
You are all so easy to talk to. This is great. I'm having a blast. Summer
Yeah.
Steinberg could do this all day.
Yes,
Yeah,
No
yes.
bedtime.
you're up late.
We're up late. There's
We're
no
sleeping in.
rules.
It's great.
So, anyway, we should let you go. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was so
Yes.
much
This was
fun.
so great to be here. I'm so happy that you're drawing now, and don't stop.
Yes.
Just keep doing it, and see what happens. Why not?
Yeah.
Some great
Yes.
drawings.
Well,
It's
thank you.
fun.
And yeah,
Great
I plan
ideas.
on doing it at least.
Yeah.
Good.
And
I
good
hope
luck
you
with
enjoy
your
that.
book.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. It's time to start marketing it. It's time to start getting it out there. Wish me luck. But this has been great. I
Wonderful.
can't wait to be back. Don't worry. It doesn't have to be soon. I was joking, but I'd love to come back sometime. Thank you so much for having me.
We will love having you back
We
again.
would, yeah, as I said, a little bit more often than 2.5 years separation here.
Yeah.
I
And
got
I
to get
will,
another daily in. I mean, another
Yeah.
contest.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's an end right there because that's one of the reasons I contacted you because we have not had a cartoonist on to talk about their cartoon in the contest for I can't remember the last time we did it.
Wow.
And we
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
and I started, it's like, okay, we got to get the next person on here. And it was you.
It was
I'm
great.
so happy you reached out again. That was great.
Well, thank you again.
Thank
And
you.
Thank you.
we'll be in touch. Drop us a line when your book is out and if you're having any signings or whatever. And
Will do for sure. For sure. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Avi.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Night.
Thank you. Happy drawing.